Gang Minecrafters, it's your boy MC Rep, continuing with the mini lore theory video. Now, I think a lot of people take for granted the things that villagers do. I think we all just look at them about their jobs and their trading and just kind of confine them to that. They're just a simple people, but I really think there's a whole lot more to villagers that is explained by when we can look at their species in its entirety, and it has very strong implications for the future of the Minecraft story. I strongly believe that villagers are one of the few creatures in Minecraft that have access to a higher level of magic than normal players do. You know, us players, we can enchant things and we can use a lot of items that we find in the world, but there are a lot of things that we simply can't do that something like villagers may be able to. Now, first of all, of course, we can look at something like trading, and we can assume it may be just a simple job. You know, we just are giving emeralds for different items that they sell, but I strongly believe it actually has a lot more magic involved. I think that villagers are actually able to use emeralds to create the things that they give us. I mean, I think that makes so much more sense than assuming that they just kind of have, you know, diamond armor or enchanted mending books or even just plenty of stacks of carrots for no reason, but they've just been standing at their little table all day. But instead, I think that between the use of their tables as well as the trading done by players, I think they're actually able to turn emeralds into magic or vice versa. And I think that that has strong implications for everything that villagers can do, because it can be the simplest form of their magical abilities. Now, I think, of course, when we look at something like, you know, their ability to produce diamond armor or treasure enchantments, I think that also plays into the idea that they have access to things that players don't have access to, because we can't just make diamond armor without diamonds, and we can't get some of these enchantments that villagers are able to give us. And I think that that is better explained by their ability to manipulate magic rather than just the fact that they just have it, just kind of scapegoating an argument there. I think the second thing is iron golem creation. I think when we consider how iron golems are used in the world, I mean, of course, players can build them. Villagers don't need to build them in order for them to be created. Now, I think this has a lot more implications for their ability to use magic, because, of course, iron golems look like villagers. They have similar facial features to villagers, right? So it seems pretty obvious to suggest that villagers kind of engineered or designed the iron golem, essentially. So if the first iron golem, per se, was created by putting 4 iron blocks of the pumpkin together, we can't really suggest it would look like the villagers if, you know, the players were the first one building them. But instead, if the villagers were able to create them as they do now by getting together and wanting and desiring an iron golem to protect their village and summoning it, and then like giving players or teaching players or creating some sort of physical method for iron golems to be created for their use to be expanded, then I think that makes a whole lot more sense. And of course, just like with enchantments and getting the things that villagers, in regards to trading, villagers' magic allows them to kind of skip steps in order to get what they want to get done. You know, villagers can kind of wish an iron golem into existence, but players have to actually go out, get the resources, and build it. And I think that's kind of just a sign of villagers kind of interacting with players, or just interacting with peacekeeping of the world by telling other people how they can build their own iron golems to protect themselves. Then, of course, there's the Illagers with their various abilities. Of course, the Evoker, being able to change sheep colors and spawn Vexes, has a variety of different attacks. The Vindicator may not seem magical, but I really think their strength is their kind of play on magic, because if you really look at it, their strength not only rivals that of Ravagers, but I think can be about the 3rd strongest attack in the game, which I think is pretty insane. And there's no really reason for them to be that strong outside of maybe that's just how they challenge their magical abilities. The Witch, of course, is able to utilize various potions. Potions themselves are considered magic, I guess, inside of Minecraft. If someone dies from potions, it'll say they died from magic. And of course, similar to the villagers, witches are able to kind of create these things on the go. The Illusioner, of course, although not really used, has a variety of different abilities. And then there is our Fallen Soldier, the Iceologer, or Chilluger. That definitely counts. And so all in all, I think it's extremely reasonable to suggest that all villagers have access to a higher plane of magic, and I think that this idea is going to play a very pivotal role in the next big episode of the Minecraft story. Stay tuned. And with that being said, don't be a Fortnite fool, Hytale hypocrite, or Roblox reject. Always be an amazing Minecraft master. Stay blocky.